Now, seeing what they did against Serbia was, I mean, that was clearly impressive. But I haven't watched a complete France game yet. I've only seen highlights with France. It's hard not to be impressed there. I know there might be some home cooking involved, but with Wembyana's development and his evolution, which team, and I know you guys have talked about this, but which country do you think is the biggest threat to them?
I probably would have said Serbia just because there's
Mhm.
so much more experience on that
Sure.
squad and because Jokic is the best player in the world. I mean, Wemby is just a complete freak, and it's so easy to get him a shot in this environment. He's just so long and so skilled and so talented, and there's just no way to match up with him in any real regard. I do think Serbia is probably maybe not deeper. I think France might be a little bit deeper, but the top end talent on Serbia is just so much more experience and so much more experience on this stage and at this level. I would probably make them the biggest threat, but I mean the Team USA still, if they take care of business and play the way they should, I think they can beat either one as they showed in the opening game.
I do think that Canada has an interesting team. Not to say they're a legit threat for the US, but between Shea and Jamal
Sure.
Murray coming off the bench, I mean they beat Australia by 10 the other night. Um, I look at that team as like just from a pure basketball perspective. That's a fun team with legit players.
Yeah, and they've got some role players in there that can probably help as much as he annoys pretty much everyone who watches him play or interacts with him or roots for him. Dylan Brooks, I think, is a good role player for that environment. They've Kelly Olynyk. They've just got a
Mhm.
whole lot of Nemhard. Like they've got some really good role players in there as well. Probably not
I've
quite outside
Yeah,
of Shea, maybe not quite
yeah.
enough top end talent to really make you concerned. But I mean, Shea's enough that you can he can put a scare in you for sure. I mean, if Mario Shayak, no offense to Mario Shayak, who I adore. But if he can
Mhm.
put a scare in Team USA, then certainly Shea can as well.
Yeah, now on Canada, I've always appreciated RJ Barrett probably more than consensus.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious to see him in this round. But yeah, Mario Shayak, as someone who used to cover UVA, and has probably watched more Mario Shayak
Okay.
than the average consumer. Another Blair Academy guy, by the way. I am yeah, he's I don't think I don't think that South Sudan is especially good, but I do think that's a good story nonetheless.
We all silly like the mayor.